Hi everyone, this is Word Chapter 2, Pause and Practice number 4. And so I am in the document that we ended the Pause and Practice 3 with. It's the continuation of the resume. So the last things we did were we worked with some of the styles. We saw how to put them, apply them, and then how to modify an individual one and then apply that change to all the styles. So now I'm in Pause and Practice 2-4. I'm on page W2-106 and step 3. So we're going to find and replace to replace the hyphen between the dates with an end dash. Okay, so an end dash is like a longer dash. So all we want, we don't want all of the hyphens in the document, right? But these ones that are between the dates, so do you see like there, we want those to be a bigger dash, like more than in right here. But then there are places where there is a dash that we don't want it to be an end dash because it actually is a dashed item, a hyphenated item. So let's go Control Home, make sure you're at the top of the document. So we want to be on the Home and go all the way to the right where it has the editing group. We're going to use this replace. And okay, so find and replacer is in the same group. Find, replace, and then go to a specific thing. But we want the replace. And so I'm sure we've all done a replace or we've all done a find. What's going to be different about this is we're going to use a special, right? So in the find what, let's just do a hyphen. So you just type the hyphen, okay, which is like next to the number 0 on your keyboard. And then click down in the replace with. So this is where we're going to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to click on this More button. And within the More, first of all, we see that there are different search options that we can use. Whether, one would be matching case. Right now it's set to doesn't matter if it's upper or lowercase, but sometimes you might want it to be specific. So this would be the place that you would go to change that, right? You can use wildcards, which would be, you don't care, like maybe you just care that it begins with a certain few letters and then you don't care what the rest is. So that would be the wildcards. What we're going to do is look at these two buttons here. So we can replace formatting. And what we're going to do is this special. So we're going to replace it with the N dash, E-N dash, not the M dash, the N dash. So that puts that, and if you had known that, you could have put that, but I would never have remembered that. I always have to go look at it here. So now we can do less, and that goes away. That was really just used to find it, right? So you want to just be aware that that's there. So you can do formatting. You can do these special codes, which are things that aren't on the keyboard. Okay. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to do find next, okay? So really find next, this first time is going to find the first occurrence. So it found this one, and I want that to change that one. Okay, it skipped this one. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to cancel and just make sure I did that right because I don't want you to do it wrong. So it comes up the same. So I'm going to do, I'm up here, find next. Oh, I must have done find next twice. Okay, so do you see it? It came up with hands on. We don't want that one changed because that really is just an abbreviated, a hyphenated word. So we're going to say find next again, and there's the one with the dates. On that one, we do want to replace it. So we're going to say replace. And when you do replace, it's like doing the replace and then the find next, okay? So it goes down here, and we want to replace that. So it'll replace it and find the next one. We want to replace that one. Okay, so now, sometimes it's like, well, where did it go? Age appropriate. We do not want to change that one, right? So we're going to say find next. We're going to kind of skip that one. So find next. There's a date again, so we're going to replace it. And then this one is a date also. It's a little bit different, but we do want to replace that one. So we're going to do replace. Problem solving, we want to keep that. So we're going to say find next, and we're done, right? So we have changed, so I'm going to close that out. We have changed all of the ones that have a date to the end dash. So that's pretty cool. Makes it stand out a little bit. I'm going to do a save because I don't want to have to go through that again if something happens. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is add some borders and shading to a paragraph. Once again, it's all about making it look professional, making it clear to the reader. And so what we're going to do is select this paragraph after the word profile. So that's this one. Select that paragraph. So once again, I just went out here, 1, 2, selected the paragraphs. We want to, on the Home tab, find the borders group. So that's in the paragraph. And here it is, the little box with the underline. So if I wanted it just to be bottom border, I could click that, but that's not what I want. Wait, do we want? Yeah, so we're going to do the drop down arrow, borders and shading, because we want to do our own thing. We're not going to do any of these prefab ones. So borders and shading. And then we want to do a shadow, right? So we want to look a little shadow on it. And solid line in the styles, right? That's already there. Color, we want to make it dark red accent 1. So that's this on this top line right there. And then a 0.5 point, right? That's okay. It's going to apply it to the paragraph, and that's what we want. So we're going to pick the options because we're not quite done. And away from the text, we want the top and bottom to be 2 points. Top and bottom to be 2 points. Click OK. But we're not done yet. Don't hit OK here because we want to do some shading. So we've added a shadow with a line that's dark red, 0.5 point. And then what we did is we added a little extra white space top and bottom. We did that through the options, right? So we pulled that line away a little bit from the top and bottom. And now we want to do a shading. So in here we want to shade the paragraph. We're going to shade it kind of a gray, a really light gray. So click here and it's in the white column. And I believe it, yeah, this first one, white, background 1, darker 5%. So it's just a little bit of a shade there. Once again, it's applied just to this paragraph. We're going to do OK. Click off of it, and there you can see it. There's my line, the little shadow. There's a little extra white space, and then it's got that light kind of gray, a little off-white background to it. I'm going to click Save. All right, add a bottom border to the header. Okay, so let's go to page 2, and I'm going to double click on it. Gets me into it. And then I'm going to, on the Home tab, in the paragraph group, it says it's showing a bottom border. Hey, that's what I want. So I can just click on this button, right? I don't really have to, I'm not changing the color, I'm not changing the width of it, I'm just putting a bottom border. I'm just going to click on it. Notice it came up red because that was the last color that was used. Okay, so that's cool. I'm going to just double click out in the body of the document and the header is closed. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is, you know what, I think I'm going to stop the movie here and finish the 6, 7, and 8 on the next movie. There's just too much to get into this one. All right, thanks guys.